Yizzo, a fat ball Sicilian original. Yo, yo. So slow blow, happy hopeless hobo, no dough, so flow, who hangs with homeless homos, no style, no class, no talent, he's got no flow, and if you ever need him, you can bet he'd be a no-show, no money, no jewels, no car, he's got no clothes, tweaking all day, is it coke or is it no dose, can't afford a thing, he ain't got shit because he's so broke, no integrity, no spinal balls, and he wants no smoke, I hate that motherfucker, I wish he'd eat a dick and go choke, and you should never fuck with me, cause as you know, I'm no joke, a 60-year-old maggot who cares for no one but himself, a tipsy weirdo faggot who shoots up and ties off with his belt. He's a ripper, raper, a phony and a faker. Can't wait until the day this fucking punk can meet his maker. So if you haven't got the point, SoFlo is a bitch. Telling on people on YouTube, yep, SoFlo is a snitch. Bragging all day that he's done 22 years. By 12 o'clock noon, he has like 22 beers. He's a useless individual, a ruthless fucking criminal, a stupid fucking animal. He should be locked up in a zoo. And if you ride with him, you should be fucking locked up too. So slow blow, happy hopeless hobo, no dough, so flow, who hangs with homeless homos, no style, no class, no talent, he's got no flow, and if you ever need him, you can bet he'd be a no-show, sits around all day and fucks around on YT, a professional victim asking everybody why me, does nothing with his time, just fucking whines as far as I see, obsessed with FBS, wishing he could be just like me, cause I run Mobtube and he's the motherfucking fakest, pretending to believe in God, he's really just a sadist, thinks he can just abuse us and we should fucking take this, but what should we expect from a motherfucking rapist? Out. Fat bald Sicilian. Peace.
Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? All right, not many people here, very few. Oh, Albert, yeah. Thanks. Sorry I took your wrench, but I just haven't seen you in a while, and you don't come around often, so I figure, what's the point? You know what I mean? But you can always have it back if you want it. It's Borno. I have returned. Who is this? Raymundi? Who is this? Who are you supposed to be? Robert Miller. What's up, bro? We're probably not. Who's It's Borno? Who's that? We're probably not gonna get many people the way it looks. I to tell you the truth, I couldn't give two fucks at this point. I'm having a day. I'm telling you guys, I don't want to get into it. Who cares? Anyway, I just want to get a show done, and over with, because I know that I'm not going to make any money on this show, but just because there is a possibility, I have to do it, even though I know I'm wasting my fucking time. I know it. Yeah, it does. It does. I don't know who that is. And for some reason, he's not telling us. Isn't that weird? When I ask somebody like the simplest question and they just refuse to answer, it's bizarre. Maybe I should just block them because I'm getting irritated. Yeah, it's shitty. Sorry to hear that, Miss Campurell. Anyway. What was I going to talk about? I had something on my mind. What the fuck was I going to talk about? I don't know. I don't remember. So I don't know where. Oh, there you go. I was just listening to Dominic Sicali talk about that, and I don't even really want to have this conversation because it'll turn into a political thing. But somebody mentioned yesterday in this chat or whatever that Dominic Sicali had just done a live stream where he was kind of attacking Trump because of what ICE did. I listened to it. He wasn't attacking Trump. He was attacking ICE, like as if Trump's not responsible for them. But he was right about what he said about that shooting and stuff. So, it would be a good conversation probably, but I don't even want to have it on one of these shows just because I have a feeling I'm in no fucking mood. So I'll wind up really fucking angry with somebody. Oh, damn. Thank you, man. I don't know if you want to shout it, but yeah, you want to shout out? I'm not sure. Thank you for the $5. I'll just say, just in case you don't. I don't want to get you in any trouble with anybody, but thank you for that. And I was listening to a little bit of pizza from his last live stream, whenever that was. And I don't know what it is with his obsession with this Angel Gotti thing, with her being apparently, according to him, and I mentioned this yesterday, she was on an addiction recovery show of mine. Of course, I don't recall that. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just don't recall it. But he keeps saying, what does she got to be on an addiction and recovery show for? What do you mean? Bro, it wasn't, she didn't come on here because she had an addiction. Whatever we were talking about was probably what, I don't know, encouraged her to grab the link or something. I'd like to see it because I doubt we were even talking about addiction. Because you're right. She would have no interest in taking part in one of those shows. But again, he just says stuff with no context, He says stuff with no context. And of course, there's no complexity to his thinking or anything. So it's like, she was on an addiction and recovery show. She must be an addict. I had an addiction and recovery show where Mike DeBella came on and trashed Jimmy Calandra. Had nothing to do with addiction and recovery, but it just happened to have been an addiction and recovery show. And Mike was there and wanted to grab the link. You see, so things happen, Tony, but I don't know his obsession with that. I think it's just because anything he sees where Angel's giving somebody attention except for him, it drives him fucking crazy. It does, He's desperate. Oh, okay. Chip Mayhew. Gotcha. You fixed it. Good. Chip Mayhew OG. I have missed you. I have. Master Garment Thief. Very good. Very good. I want Long John Larceny. I wanted to go and listen to Angel's show where she mentioned not having Jim Terry on anymore. Because after I ended the show, I don't know if somebody texted me or if I saw it in the chat after. It was after I ended the show, though. And somebody said that she said, he's not going to be on my show, or he's not on my show anymore, and he's not going to be back, and that's that. Something like that. So I'd like to see how long it lasts. Hopefully forever. I mean, he's a bad guy. It just surprises me how much it takes sometimes with people, Like when people do bad shit, just get rid of them. Don't wait until they do bad shit to you. It's like Dominic talking about this ICE thing. It's like, oh, this is where you draw the line with your support for Trump. Okay, gotcha. All the other stuff is like, nah, not good enough. But this Alex Preddy thing, that's it. All right. You do what you got to do, Chip. It's cold out there. Chip Mayhew, I'm about to get in your line of work. Seriously. What's it like stealing underwear from house to house? I always wondered that. Nice summer undies. Who's live right now, guys? Who's live right now? It's just want to make money. That's all I want to do. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I figured somebody else was on. Yeah, gotcha. So, what else was I going to talk about? Let me see. Difficult. Hopefully, they have a screen door, more room to invade. Good old Danny Trio. Another Mobtube classic. We had a lot of fucktards on here, and we still do, and they're becoming more and more common. You know, I feel like even the people that didn't used to appear to be fucktards have become fucktards. I was talking to War about this earlier, kind of. Some people you just never recognized as fucktards, and now you're starting to see it. You're like, oh, I didn't realize he was a fucktard all along. Yeah, he was. Whoever it is you're thinking about, he was. Job hazard skid marks. That's disgusting. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, most of my ideas are stupid, too. I don't have many, to be honest with you. I've been out of the game a while. I'm very behind on Mobtube. Love the channel direction, though. Oh, thanks, man. You should come around for a politics show. I don't know if I'm going to do a politics show today, guys. I didn't think I was going to do this show today. But like I said, man, it's my job. It's one of those things. Not too many jobs do you have to show up and just hope you get paid, but this job is one of them where you do. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm probably not going to do a politics show because I just have so much to do in my life right now, you know. But I think Shug is going to let me ask you something. Did Shug talk shit about me at all last night, or was it just that community post? For any of you guys that know, and please, for the love of God, answer quickly. Please don't make me sit here for 10 minutes. Well, let me know then, Miss Campione. Because I have a feeling, you know, he's trying to avoid a beef with me, but I know him. Eventually he's going to snap because like what I said this morning and stuff, but I can't help that, you know. I had to talk about it. I mean, I'm very disturbed, guys, by what's going on in this world. I am. Now, I hate to say this, but is what he did with a dog going to hurt the dog necessarily? Probably not. But it doesn't matter. I just think there's certain people in not just the country, the world, that need to be, you know, castrated, you know, because they do bad things with their junk, you know, and it's every time you know, with all the stuff with the Epstein files and everything, every time I hear some other sexually deviant shit, it just reminds me of all that, you know. It's like, if you'll do that with a dog, where do you draw the line? You know what I mean? It's a question I don't even really want an answer to, but I still wonder, like, where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying? I heard that JT demanded Angel remove all OTT content from her channel or whatever it's called, or his cult members will mass strike her show. So is it going to be a war between those two or what? I didn't listen to Shuggy that long, so I have no idea. Oh, okay. I'm just asking. Shuggy said recently he hates you. Oh, it's fucking feelings mutual, Shuggy. Don't worry. And he made a comment on some of the yizzos in there. I won't go in his chat. Doesn't seem right. What do you mean? What did he say to them? Who, Charlie Jones? It's who on the shelf? I'm not surprised a lot of the ex-mob guys, informants, or not support Trump. They've probably been friends a while. What do you mean? Them and Trump? I don't know about that. But yeah, they do. It's an intelligence thing. That's all it is, really. You know, when you hear somebody talk like duh, 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 there's a good chance they support him. Oh, yes. He's very vocal about hating you. Yeah, good. You know what I mean? Don't hold back, Shug. I'm vocal about hating you, too. Except, you know, there's different reasons. Like, I hate you because you're a bad person. You hate me because I hate you, you know? For real. A lot of bad things about the guy. And even when people are, buddy with him, hold on. Remember, please remind me what I just said in a second. Lee Parnell. Damn, bro, look at that. $50. 10 Street Smart Politics memberships. That is very, very kind and generous of you, Lee. And you have no idea how much I appreciate it. And it's nice to see you. And you should hang out in the chat from time to time. All you ever do is donate and then dip. But thank you for that, man. That's probably all I get on this show. So thank you. Let me see. Drew Ha, Todd Father, Scott Lawson, Joey Pockets, Cuban Rambo, Daniel Lorette, FBI, MD, Miss Mickey, Dixon 5.7. Well, I hate most of them, but doesn't matter. Still a $50 donation, so thank you, Lee, very much. Very, very much. All right, now what did I say a second ago? Oh, does he? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You should shut the fuck up. Okay, you should, because you have your fucking Cash App. Bro, just shut the fuck up. Shug, it's been years of this now. Get off my fucking dick, bro. Get off my dick. Because let me tell you something. You last night he put in this stupid post about how he has this and he has that and he bought his home with this and he's got a pension and shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something, bro. I got something you don't have. I'm 46 and you're fucking 70. Okay. Believe me. And I guarantee I'll do better things with my money than you will with yours, So stop talking about your money, because I got to be honest with you, Shug. Nothing about your lifestyle says money to me. And I know what you'll say. Well, that's because I don't spend my money. Well, it's probably because you don't have it to spend. A guy talks about himself like he's the biggest success known to man. And this is how you know that he's never really been anybody or anything, because it's like the guy worked a job, retired, and to him, that is the pinnacle. That is like if he's Elon Musk in his own mind. You know what I mean? It's like that nobody, like Shug has spent his whole life around a bunch of people that never did even that. They never just worked for a living and then retired. Shug talks about himself like he's rolling in the dough, like he's a fucking multi-millionaire. He's not. The fucking guy had to finance a fucking $1,200 scooter. Okay? Let's not forget that. I don't want to hear it's for your credit and all that shit. Shut up. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, he owes $800 on the scooter. That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on, man. $1,200 on a scooter and he finances it. So he could be mad at me. He could hate me. But listen, the problem is with Shug is everybody will soften up to Shug. Just like they'll do on here with damn near everyone. Most people on here will soften up to anybody who's nice to them. I won't with Shug. I made it clear a couple of months ago, even though we weren't fighting at all, that I could never be cool with Shug because of his support for a pedophile. Guys, and that's another thing. Shug, Jesus, of all this shit I mentioned earlier, not only do you have all this weird shit in your past, but you're in full support of a guy who diddled a 3-year-old when he was 29 years old. So yeah, the dog story is definitely your story. It definitely is. It happened, I'm sure. And who knows what else? I don't even want to. You probably fucked the dog in the ass. Who knows? I just don't. I don't want anything to do with you, and that bothers him because, again, everybody on here just wants their ass kissed. And it's the one person that won't kiss their ass that they wind up hating. I won't, man. People on here get impressed very easily. And I'll tell you why. Because most of the people on here, and I'm not even trying to be an asshole, I calls it like I sees it. If you look at most of these chats and stuff, that's why I always say we have the smartest chat. There's no fucking question about it. If you look at most of these chats and stuff, it's people that can barely read or write. It's people who are terrified to let anybody know who they are. It's people that never have anything good to say about anyone. It's a bunch of fucking nobodies is what I'm saying. It's a bunch of losers. So if you can make these people laugh, they'll blow you if they get the chance to. And it's crazy. You know, they got a guy like him. They got his head gassed up like he's some big fucking deal. And the funny part is, guys, I'm the one guy on here that will say that as far as YouTube is concerned, I ain't shit. I'm not. These guys act like they're a big deal on YouTube, yet you've never even come close to being where I was for the majority of my time on here. And yet you think you're a success. What? Never forget, this is the guy that told Anthony Center's son, or Joey Testa's son, which one was it? Center, I think, right? That his channel is called Mobtube. It's like the guy pretends he's me when he's not on YouTube. It's all very disturbing. But people on here, it's just like I said, man. I'm going to give you an example of what we talked about earlier without mentioning any. Well, I'll mention a specific name or two. We'll see. But I was talking to somebody earlier about this. How there's some people who they're seen as being very, very intelligent on here. Now, they're seen that way because it's just like what I say about fuck it, I don't care, get mad at me, Trump and MAGA. You know, for the majority, that diehard base that can't put two words together, he's smart to them. Therefore, he's smart as far as they're concerned, you know? And there's people on here, I mean, the majority of people, like I said, can barely read or write. These are people that worship the mafia, for fuck's sake. So when they hear anything they think sounds intelligent, the person saying it becomes like a fucking like a hero of theirs. I remember, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody called me up once and he said, "Man, you hear this MRE?" This was towards the beginning. He said, "You hear this MRE? This is a really smart guy. Did you hear him talk about history?" And I said, listen, if I listen to a guy speak and I hear him talk about a whole bunch of different topics and I recognize that he really does have some common sense, I'll call him smart. But if you're talking about a guy who the only thing that sounds intelligent coming from his mouth is when he talks about history, it's because he memorized stuff. That's it. Tony Pizza too. Tony Pizza has an amazing memory like I've never seen before. The only problem is for some reason he always forgets his bullshit stories and he changes them. But he could tell you about people he met once for 5 minutes in 1976. I mean, it's just, in great detail. Of course, he's probably lying about that too, but he does have a good memory. And that's just some things you got to understand. There are certain people that are educated in a certain subject. Not going to name anything specific, but we'll just go with MRE for now. History, Roman history, stuff like that. If you pick something you take an interest in and you read about it constantly, you will memorize it. And then you'll be super self-educated on that topic. But that's it. Anything beyond that. I mean, I saw this guy's Facebook pages. And I'm telling you, I mean, you guys have too. The guy can barely string together a sentence. I mean, MRE can't spell, doesn't know how to use punctuation. He is as dumb as a box of rocks. But people hear him spewing that shit about Roman history and they're like, wow, if he knows all that, he must be smart. No, absolutely not. If I take interest in the law tomorrow, for example, and I start studying it day in and day out, eventually I might not be an expert. Maybe I will be, but at the very least, I'll be able to sound like one. You know what I mean? Same thing with history. Anything, you could take an interest in skateboarding. You could take an interest in anything, and then you can learn everything there is to know about it. And whether you're talking to people who are educated on the topic or not educated on the topic, they're still going to think that you sound very intelligent because you know so much about it. But it's one thing you know a lot about. You know what I mean? Intelligence is not that. It's not that. It's just like, listen, I told you, I had a girlfriend who had a master's degree in behavioral science, expert in her field. ran a whole fucking behavioral health, what do you call it? Wing, I don't know, something of a hospital, you know? And she could barely tie her fucking shoes. She had no common sense. She was half retarded. But she had a master's degree. She made fucking well over $100,000 a year. We're going back like 15 years ago. And she was in her early 20s, you know? So there's some people that are just experts in a certain field or a certain topic. It doesn't make them smart, but because there's so many dummies on here, it's very easy to convince them you're smart. You know, and that's why I think MRE had a lot of the following he had. First of all, he's a scumbag, and there's a lot of scumbags on here. So obviously you're going to have a following. So does Tony Pizza. But it's also because I think a lot of people who are dumber than MRE, which is, you know, I don't know how you could be, but they listen to him and they say, wow, this guy knows a lot of stuff, man. And that impresses them. Listen, man, there's a difference between being educated in certain areas of life or in certain subjects or topics or something like that, and having common fucking sense. And if you have no common sense, you are not intelligent, period. But there are people on here who are masters at sounding intelligent. So people just believe they are. You know, I mean, you realize that there's people that believe Melania Trump can speak 5 languages. Meanwhile, there's no proof of that. There never was. There's no proof of it. She just says it, so they believe it. And she spoke to somebody who was speaking to her in Italian. I forget if it's a pope, whoever the fuck it was, or when, but she didn't understand a word he was saying, but she claims one of the languages she knows is Italian, and she couldn't even speak it back to him. When the bitch hasn't mastered English yet, she cannot form a sentence like with proper grammar. She can't. I've listened to her a million times. She's not capable. She's terrible. She can barely speak English, but she says she knows 5 languages. People just believe her. You gotta think critically, guys. You gotta say, well, let me see some proof. You know what I mean? Let me ask this person some questions, see what they know. Charlie Jones, $2. Thank you, Lee. Lee? What are you talking about? Oh, Lee Parnell. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lee Parnell. I was like, who are you talking about? Cole? At 120. Oh, yeah. That I responded to that. Now, as far as that goes, there's people like Suge. Who's Suge, you know, OZ, what's going on, brother? There's people like Suge who, you know, swears that he's smart. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I mean, he truly he tries to use big words. I'm trying to remember the words that he was attempting to use on that clip I heard last night, but there was 2 different words, I believe, that they were completely wrong. He couldn't pronounce them. And he doesn't know the definitions of them either, believe me, you know, but he's one of those guys. It's very important to him that he sounds intelligent. He'll always tell you how he's got the biggest vocabulary of anybody on Mobtube, which, no, you don't. You know what I mean? You don't have the biggest vocabulary. You do not. You do not. Not even close. Not even close. And, you know, he, instead of just being who he is and saying, listen, I don't have to be fucking brilliant. I already worked and retired, as he always says. He talks about it constantly. That's all. But no, he wants to be somebody he's not, talk about how intelligent he is. Meanwhile, again, can barely string a coherent sentence together. You know, so the begging shit. So again, let me tell you something, motherfucker. You are so flawed as an individual. This is just like SoFlo saying it. You're all so fucked up. Mike, you haven't mastered sobriety yet. And you're 70. You still talk about being clean, and you smoke weed, and you smoke hash, and you fucking drink at the very least. And I guarantee you, he does other shit. You know he does. But again, like I said earlier, I believe this is the dude that had an anonymous Alcoholics Anonymous book next to a bottle of liquor. He's a walking contradiction. This is a guy that thought the carnivore diet was a good idea at the age of 69. Nothing but red meat every day at the age of 69. The guy who was also a heroin addict for, 40 years or something? Thinks cholesterol medicine takes years off your life. He's a Trump supporter. He's even though he's a union guy and Trump is the most anti-union president we've ever had. I mean, there's just so much funny shit about some of these people, because even with politics, what I love is that when people don't know their own politics, like Tony Pizza doesn't know his own politics. Tony Pizza will claim to be a conservative Republican all day, every day, except just the fact that he's homeless eliminates him from that category. He could never, ever, ever claim that and be taken seriously because he's a homeless guy. It's like, I mean, I'm trying to figure out a perfect analogy, but I've used most of the ones in my head already before. I'll say certain. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Latinos for Trump. That's all I'll say. Like, you don't know your own politics. Be careful who you vote for. Be careful who you support, even if you can't vote, because it's like a chicken voting for Popeyes. You know what I mean? It's not a good idea. And that's Tony Pizza. Now, Tony Pizza's never voted or anything, but he swears he's a conservative. Meanwhile, no conservative on planet Earth is okay with homeless people, period. They want them all banished off the face of the earth. And Tony's like, yeah, I'm totally a conservative. Are you talking about the temperature, bro? Don't even get me started, man. Because the winter is literally ruining my life right now, and I'm not even going to tell you all the different reasons why, but I'm just so fucking miserable, man. Only because of that. Only because of the weather. And there's no end in sight, guys. There is no end in sight. I mean, excuse me. I just looked it up because I was like, I check the weather every day, no matter what. And I was like, okay, it's going to get up to. It's going to get up to like 30, 32 towards the end of the week, next week, which is way too far away, but still got a whole another week of this garbage. But then it looks like it's going to start warming up. And then, it updates every day with because it's 10 days at a time. So it's like you might be able to see 10 days today, but tomorrow you'll see another day and all that. And right after it gets a little warm, and when I say a little warm, I mean in the high 20s, low 30s, which is like a heat wave right now. It drops right back down into the teens, right back down. Go check it. Like literally the highest it gets up to is like 32 or 35. And the next day it's like 14 degrees. I mean, it's hell on earth. It literally is hell on earth. I never remember experiencing winters like this. Last year was the same thing. I don't know if you guys remember. I was skating every day, and then we got this crazy snowstorm. We got like fucking 18 inches or something. And I mean, there's so much snow, and it stayed below freezing for so long. It was like 15 days or something before we could even start to remove snow from the skate park. It was incredible. And of course, we're just talking about a skate park, but that's the skate park's like that. Everything else is too. So it's just I swear to God, man. I was looking at extended stay hotels. I might just go to Florida like this weekend and stay there until like me and Shanna's anniversary in March. I'm serious. I'm actually thinking about leaving tomorrow. It's like $3,000, from now until like March, mid-March, for a decent, little nice little room and shit. So I'm considering it. Fort Lauderdale too. Let's all be happy. Suge spends day and night on YouTube. Who knows what else he would be doing? He might start volunteering at a local animal shelter. Yeah, right. It's like Danny Trio working at the Victoria's Secret. No one of you guys can say you were on Netflix. Sure, I am known as the gay Maltese vampire who will drain your main vein, but still YouTube gold, yes. What are you talking about, meeting famous people? Suge saying that? We all know why swooning guy protein weirdo went to Thailand for a month. Yeah, I know. And by the way, the what did I just read before that? I don't know. Oh, whatever. She can't form a set. She can't. I was listening to, you ever hear iHip News? These two chicks, they might as well be stand-up comedians. They're so funny. And they were talking about how the last time she spoke in public, they were like talking about her sentences and how they're not sentences. Like, what are you doing, bitch? I mean, let's not forget. She got an Einstein visa, but she's not Einstein. That was just because of who she married. She's a fucking whore. She was literally a whore her whole life. So, stand-up guys on YouTube to go swooning anywhere he can. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, listen, the guy needs to go do something. Fucking again, man. 10 hours, bro. I think I'll tell you what it is. You know what's so funny, man, is you could say I beg for money all day. I think that's one of the words he tried to use last night. Or is that you quoting him? What was I saying? Guys, my mind is getting worse. My memory. I graduated college. Okay. All right. The School of Hard Cocks. Every uneducated person says they graduated the School of Hard Knocks, the School of Hard Cocks. He's a fruit. Anyway, I just keep forgetting what the fuck I was going to say. I need to start writing shit down as soon as I get a thought. Oh, he talks about begging for money. Shug, let me tell you something. Even more than I ask for donations, you ask for views and comments and subs. You are so goddamn obsessed with these meaningless numbers. These numbers that no matter how high they get, they're never going to be anything that even resembles a successful YouTube channel. I mean, you could have 300 people in your live streams. You probably never had that, right? Guarantee you never had that. Let's just say you start getting it. It ain't going higher than that. It ain't going higher than that. What do you have? What's the most subs you've ever had? Like 3,000? I think less than 3,000 is the most he's ever had. And you beg for attention more than I ask for money. Believe that. Your whole fucking thing is that you just want attention. That's why you're on here 10 hours a fucking night again, because you got nothing going on. Nothing. How are you going to tell people you're married to a hot Russian wife, a hot Russian woman, but you're never fucking her? I mean, what is going on there? How many fucking times, guys, have you heard me say it's Shanna time? For years now, going years. I want to be with Shanna. That's what I want to be doing. I don't want to do this shit. I do this for a living, and then it's Shanna time. And people say, oh, you only do hour shows and stuff. These shows were never meant to be this long, bro. They were all hour shows. Lee's show was an hour. My show was an hour. That Fruitcake MRE show was an hour. Everybody, that's what everybody did. I don't know when it started getting crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. If I remember correctly, Angel's show is the first show that I ever saw that became, after a period of time, hours long. Hours. Like, I actually remember the time around when she started going on at like 9:30 and staying on till 3 or 4 in the morning. I remember when it first happened. because everybody's so disingenuous and full of shit on here. Like, I did a 4-hour show, longest live stream I ever did. And Stacks, who was kissing Angel's ass at the time, he was even one of the people on her panel because he talked bad about me, so she allowed him on. He comes in my comment section. And he's like, "What a fucking loser you are! You 4-hour live stream." And of course, you know, right off the top of my head, it doesn't take a lot of thinking for a comeback. It's like, bro, you're on Angel's panel. Angel's shows are sometimes 10 hours, bro. What are you talking? I did one 4-hour show in the history of my Mobtube career. What do you mean? But people are full of shit. I told you, the rules only apply to me, you know? But guys, I got news for you, man. These shows were never meant to be that long. They weren't. There was a time when people went live and they did a show. They actually did a show by themselves. Oh, believe it. Believe it. There was a time where everybody's show was just them, no matter what they were doing. Like MRE, all he would do is play other people's videos, but still, it was just him for the most part. You know, Lee, same thing. He was always looking for a co-host and stuff. Me, of course, I always preferred it that way. It was a long time before I started having any types of panels, and I couldn't stand it. That's why the politics things, I love that they're vertical live streams, because I don't even have the option to grab the link. I could just have a phone call with one other person, no panels. I don't want to, and I'm going to tell you the truth about that, even more so than I've told you before. This is how fucked up I am. I don't even care. This is how honest I am. I have no interest in what anybody else has to say. None. I just don't care. I don't care. I fall asleep. It's like, oh God, when is this going to be over? It's pure fucking torture. How do I get out of this? I'm texting ducks like, bro, do me a favor. Fucking call me and tell me there's an emergency. Get me out of here. No, I don't did that. But these shows were an hour, and that the people did their shows on their own. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell me this is not true, because this is true, because I've been here longer than all of you, and I was friends with the people who first started having the big panels and shit. And it was people that literally, and I'm not even knocking them for it. Some people, have it in them to do this. Some people don't. But it was people that would straight up tell you that they just have nothing to talk about. They don't know how to just do a show. So they would ask other people, come on and, do the show with me and stuff like that. And the panels became a bigger thing, but in the beginning, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Either you, Lee Cole says, it's the funniest thing ever, but in a way he was right. He said certain people have the it factor, certain people don't. And he was kind of right, because there are people who can come on here on any given day and talk and give you an entertaining show. And then there's people who can never do that, and that's where other people come in. So anyway, and Suge, quite frankly, is one of these people too. I mean, Suge, don't get me wrong, Suge is a yenta, okay? So he can bitch if you could even do that, if you could even whine like a fucking baby, okay, chances are you could hold people's attention for a while if you're enough of a dramatic, fucking titty baby, all right? I don't even know what that is. So Suge probably, he could, and sometimes he is alone on his shows and he holds an audience. But again, it's when you want to stay on for 10 fucking hours. I mean, that's where you have no choice now. It's like, let's bring on Carlos. Let's bring on whoever he brings on now. You know what I mean? One person after another person after another person. You skip through his videos, every half an hour, the panel changes, but the entire time there's 4 or 5 people on it. And that's why I think the shows started becoming so long. Because when it was just individuals doing their shows, how long are you going to go? You're talking the whole fucking time. How much is there to talk about? But when you get panels, and this is another reason it used to drive me crazy. Remember what I told you, and anybody who doesn't believe this, go back and look at some of the shows where I had Howie and Arulada and all these people on. I would literally leave the show. I would go in my living room. I'd start cooking something. Then I'd go in my living room and lay on the couch, and I would either watch something on TV or I would just listen to the show. And then when everybody was starting to wind down around 3 a.m, I'd tell them, all right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. And I would end it. What was my point of saying that? Ah, fuck, I don't remember. God damn, I'm getting so bad, but my memory's getting worse. Maybe it's just because I'm having a bad day. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, good point, Miss Camp. You're wrong. Stand-up guys on YouTube to go. Oh, yeah, I think I read that. He does have the biggest vocabulary. It's just not proper English. He makes up extra words to add to his vocabulary. He does. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. So that's another reason I didn't like the panels, is because you come on here planning on doing an hour or two. And then you got so many people on, and they want to keep it going. And you know me, I told you, I'm extremely considerate of other people. It's a curse. I wish I was just a selfish prick who didn't give a fuck. But then it's like, oh man, I can't end the show because they're all on. They came on the show and now they're talking. They're in a conversation. It's like, fuck me, man. This has got to go forever. Whereas if I'm alone, hey guys, show is over. See you next time. Peace. You know what I mean? Soto, diverticulitis. Pizza would know the 3 branches of government. Oh, I guarantee you he doesn't. No way. No way. Shug took me and a case of peanut butter to Thailand. I believe it. Shug is bootylicious. Shug is bootylicious. Raphael's son. Never thought about stand-up guy doing worse things at night, like volunteering at an animal hospital. That's scary as fuck. Yeah, maybe it's better for everybody if he's on, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But should you beg for attention every chance you get? I mean, look at what you did with that guy. I will never forget that with the center kid or whatever. When he lied through his fucking teeth. He said, my channel's called Mobtube, and then the guy tells him I don't want to be recorded, and he records him without the guy even knowing. Then he puts it on YouTube, and he was starstruck by this guy. It was unbelievable. He was fucking starstruck, and he thought that this guy was going to get him an interview with Anthony Center, one of the Gemini twins. Sure, a guy that did 30 fucking years, more than 30 years, without saying a word. But then he's going to come tell all his stories on Shug Show, of all people. Yeah. The one thing that makes Shug the hardest guy on YouTube is Viagra. Trust me. Ugh. Back in the day, Lefty pioneered long shows, pass out for hours to wake up and wrap it up. Well, yeah, those were the real long shows. I remember I don't think it was anything special going on, but one night he just decided to do it. I don't even know if it was a plan, but he did a 24-hour live stream. Shug did that too. Shug, New Year's, like his first year on here. I'm going to go live for 24 hours on a holiday too, bro. What the fuck is going on? I think that's what's always blown my mind about all this, is because no matter what kind of people I was running with, no matter where I was in life, everybody around me, and myself included, always had stuff going on. You got a girlfriend, you got a group of friends, you got responsibilities, you have kids, you have my family. I always had my mom I helped take care of, stuff like that. But I don't know. It seems like a lot of these guys are, I don't know. I lost my train of thought again. Guys, I'm about to shut it down. I can't think today. I think I was just talking about, oh yeah. No, it just blows my mind that people, there's all these people who have unlimited amounts of time on their hands, and they choose to spend it doing this. They don't want to be like out experiencing life. I mean, taking a walk, driving somewhere, going to see something you've never seen before, spending time with a loved one. There's nobody. I swear to God. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. Anybody who wants to get mad at me, get mad at me. If you do live streams that are hours and hours long, it's like holding up a big flashing sign that says, I'm a fucking loser. I'm sorry, guys. I can't wrap my mind around it. Holy shit, life is so short. Life is so short. I don't want to waste a day on anything. But and remember, guys, they don't make money. Not all of them. Some of them do. But I mean, Suge, for example, he don't make no money. Suge does this like as a hobby. He might get something, but it's not, it's not even what you consider supplemental income. Probably it might be beer money for him. But imagine, bro, the times that I spent a long time on here, it's because money was coming in. If money's coming in, I'm not ending the show. I might wait if I don't see nothing in like a half hour, 40 minutes. Okay, it's all done for the day. But if you guys are super chatting me right now, I'm staying live. That's it. But these guys, man, it's like their social lives are on here and they just want people to hang out with, and Suge is like one of the best examples of that. Because Suge, it is limitless how long he'll stay on YouTube. It is limitless. He'll stay on until everybody else leaves. So don't talk about begging for anything, bro. Because you are so attention starved. I swear to God. And maybe that's what it is when there's nothing else in your life that, there's no other area of your life where you get attention. I don't know. And Suge, let's face it, too. I mean, you're just another one of these guys, bro, who every day you pick somebody and you come on here and talk about them. That's it. I mean, people can say whatever they want about me letting my channel go to shit just playing Tony Pizza videos, but guess what I wasn't doing all those days? I wasn't just coming on here to attack people because I felt like attacking people. You know what I mean? It's not even something I really get joy out of. That's why I only do it to defend myself, but Suge, that's his thing. You know what I'm saying? He listens to every goddamn YouTube show so then he can have people to talk about every goddamn day. And if he don't have nobody to talk about, somebody will hop up on his panel and start talking about somebody. And it'll be a whole conversation. But Suge, I want to remind you of something, bro. I'll tell you some of the reasons why I have no shame in asking for money. First of all, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. Okay. It's literally what you're supposed to do. I told you last night I had 28,000 fucking views. I had over 650 people in my chat at several points throughout the show. And I stayed above 400 for a pretty long fucking time. And even when I went down, I was at 200-300. So, and now at the very end, of course, the thing about that algorithm, I don't know what it is, but they'll push you out there, and then it's like once you go down, you really start to go down in numbers. It never goes back up. I don't know why. That's why you'll see live streams those vertical live streams, guys that have been on for hours, that they'll have 40 people watching, but that usually they get 1,000. It's because eventually at some point in the show, it just, people leave and that's it. But, what was I going to say? I had all those people in my chat, and I do regularly. If you look at my views, I mean, I always have 7,000, 8,000, 16,000, 18,000, 20,000, 23. Yesterday I had to, maybe the day before I had 23,000 and then 28,000. Anyway, I just started about 3 days ago, really starting to remind people, guys, come on, don't just hit the like and subscribe if you can. And I just say the good guys. I don't care about MAGA. If you can, donate. You know what I mean? I swear to you, I've been doing these shows since middle of November. I have yet to have a single person say to me, you're a beggar. You're begging online. Why don't you go get a real job? Because these are people that regardless of our differences, they've been on YouTube and they see that this is what happens. Everybody, Suge, you fucktard, is supposed to ask for money, because in this world, you don't get what you don't ask for, okay? And people are cheap as a motherfucker. So if you don't say shit, you'll never get any money. Look at the channels that make money on here, okay? With the exception of Angel, if you don't ask, you don't get it. And Angel's Angel, so people are going to throw money at her. Just like Joey Merlino, people are going to throw money at him. You never have to ask for shit. Everybody else does. Everybody, unless you're somebody who has a cult or people are just clamoring for your attention, that's what you got to do. So that begging shit, that's why I don't respond to it the way I used to. And I don't really care anymore, Shug, because you should be asking for fucking money. Then maybe you'd actually make some. But if you just think I could throw my Cash App out there and it'll really pay off, not in this community, man. There probably are places, you know, where you can, I'm sure there's communities. If you're talking about the right thing, you will just have fuck tons of money thrown at you. Not here. These are the most classless scumbags on planet Earth. That's why there's only 2 or 3 chats that have ever really donated to their favorite content creator. Everybody else is like, you know, they either have nothing or they won't give you anything they have, you know. But Shug, this is how we make a living on here, fuckface. This is how we make a living. That's how you do it. I'm on here to make a living. I'm not on here to have a social life. I'm not on here to find somebody to cheat on my wife with like you are. I'm not on here so I could take fucking trips to Thailand to go molest kids. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not on here for my health. I'm on here to make money and pay bills and support my fucking family. And you could call it begging till you're blue in the face. And believe me, if I felt like it was begging, I wouldn't do it. I'm not begging nobody for nothing. You don't see me sitting here saying, please, guys, please, I'm begging you, man, please donate, man. I fucking yell at you. I'll tell you, donate, just because you should. So go talking about the begging shit all you want, bro. But, you know, it's paid off, man. Asking for money is paid off. Yeah, because these people, they'll take anything they can get for free. So, you know, even people who do have a little bit of class and would be willing to contribute, if you don't say shit, they're just not going to, for the most part, you know. So that's played out. These things you guys used to say to bother me don't bother me anymore. That's why you see what just happened with me and SoFlo. That's why all you guys should be very, very careful about fucking with me, because I am bulletproof. There's nothing you're going to say anymore that's going to bother me. Nothing. I was listening to a thing the other day. They were talking about this. They were talking about people that have been through so much, how nothing bothers them. It gets to a point where nothing bothers them. And it's not just necessarily about life in general. It could be about certain things, you know, your job, whatever. Well, this is that to me. I've been called every name in the book. Everything possible has been said about my family. My family members have been threatened in every way possible. You know, there's nothing you're going to say that is going to stop me from going in on you. And anything you do to me, I'm going to do to you 1,000 times worse. So I'm the wrong person to fuck with at this point. And yes, that is in fact part of the reason SoFlo isn't here anymore. Lie to yourselves all you want, but believe me. Okay? Believe me. It is. It is. I gave him the ass kicking of a lifetime. So, but hey, you know, I'm down to fight with anybody. I'm just saying, be careful, because if you think the begging shit is going to bother me, no. I'll do more and more politics shows, and if people don't donate on here, they'll donate on those shows. You know, all my super chats have been coming pretty much. I mean, 90% of them have been coming from the politics shows now. And it's not a lot, but I get 10, you know, sometimes 10, 12 super chats on a live stream, you know, and it might not add up to a whole lot, but at least there's people donating. And no, 90% of the time, I never have to say a word. They just do it, you know, and the more people I get, if I stick to it, I'm consistent. Eventually, I'll start having 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000 people watching me live, and I'll make more and more. But if I have to, I will say, yeah, guys, can you do me a favor and donate? Yeah, if you want to call that begging, do whatever you want. Meanwhile, keep begging people to watch your fucking show. Keep begging people to be on your panel. Keep kissing everybody's ass so you can get views. And then act like as if those views mean any fucking thing, because they don't. The only reason people say, how come he talks about views on his politics shows? He said he never cared about views. No, but there I do, because the point is, that's what I want to use to grow this channel. I never expected Mobtube to grow into anything. My goal is to get to a point where if I if I get, enough views on every video, then my channel will get very, very large very quickly. You know what I'm saying? And then, yes, that always will amount to money. No question about it, because, I could do uploads more and people will watch them. I could do stuff like that and get money off of views and, of course, donations. So, yeah, when I see I got 28,000 views on a politics show, and I did make some money off it too, it's like, hey, that's going to formulate into something. That's politics. That's something you can grow. You can't grow this shit. Not really. I mean, Angel's channel is the biggest channel now, but Angel puts a lot of money into that. You know what I'm saying? And I swear, I'm not knocking Angel. It's working for her, so fuck it. But I'm saying, like, it wasn't growing like that when she wasn't putting money into it. And it's not Angel's fault. It's just because we're in a tiny community and it's not going to happen. So you got to put a lot of money. If you want to make your channel grow, it costs a lot. It costs a lot. Look at Lee. Lee was never going to go anywhere on Mobtube. Not anywhere, big. I'm not even knocking Lee. I'm just saying, again, there's nowhere to go. But Lee got into the wrestling thing. Wrestling is huge. Unbelievably enough, I don't know why I'm surprised we voted Trump into office, but wrestling, the fakest thing on planet Earth, is huge amongst, get this, adults. I haven't watched wrestling since I was 6. But anyway, it's much bigger than this stupid niche community. So he was able to get himself 100,000 subs. Views count when views count. But I was getting 300 views every video. I would have 300 throughout the video. I was getting a few 100,000 views a month. I was getting 3,000 to 4,000 views on every video after it ended. And I remember the one month I actually checked, I had made $4,800 from YouTube, not Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, just YouTube. My Google AdSense, and I checked the breakdown, and $62 of it was ad revenue. $62. So then, of course, you're like, oh, these views don't mean anything. I've told you guys 1,000 times, man. If I have 300 people watching and nobody donates, doesn't mean no good. If I have 50 people watching and Mr. Anonymous 6 or somebody like that comes along and throws 100 my way, I was way better off with the 50 people than I was with the 300 where I didn't make anything. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm trying to get the donations going more in the politics shows, and I think it's working, because, like I said, I get them, but they're not a lot usually. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I had people that were given 150 and stuff like that, but that's when I was also getting like 60,000 views on a video. I would have 1,200 people in the chat. Mobtube is a small community. It is. And there's nothing funnier than these people thinking they're going somewhere, because, guys, you could all get together as a group. All of you, every channel on here, get together as a group, combine all the stuff you've done on YouTube, and then compare it to the stuff I've done and see if there's even a comparison between the shit I've done and everything the rest of you have done combined. And I'll tell you why. The rest of you have done nothing but drama. Nothing. You never tried anything different. You never, went in a different direction. You never even gave it a shot to see, wow, could I make this work if I just tell a story, or if I just do an interview, or, I've proven it a million different ways. For years, my addiction and recovery chats were bigger than most Mobtubers chats when they were talking about the mob and each other and everything else, just those chats alone. And those were my smallest chats. So, I'll tell you what I tell everybody else. Don't ever compare yourself to me, fuckface, because I did more in this channel before you got here than you'll ever do here. There's no question about it. And none of you guys have ever even, name a show other than, I'll give Angel credit. Angel's done a couple of interviews, no doubt. She had her brother on. She might have even had her sister on. The doctor thing, you know how I feel about that. The doctor, bringing him on is just kind of another way to take shots at her enemies. But she's done interviews and she's talked about her family and stuff like that. But everyone else, And even honestly, if you include Angel, I mean, it's just not gonna. If you go through my stuff, there's just too much different shit that I've done on here. You're not gonna be able to compare to it. So, Shug, you can have panels all day, every day. You can do whatever you want, but you're still simply coming on here every day to talk shit to people. The majority of every day of mine now is spent talking politics. And yeah, for anybody who says, what's important about that? Everything. It's literally what makes our fucking lives happen. It's every single thing in our life, every single minute of every day is affected by politics in one way or another. And the guy I talk about regularly just happens to be the leader of the free fucking world. I get that shit in my politics chat. Fucking loser. He's talking about Trump again. And I'm like, let me ask you something. If my channel was about cars, and you clicked on any random day and I was talking about cars, would you be like, this fucking loser is talking about cars again? You're so stupid. What do you mean? It's fucking about Trump. That's the direction the channel's going in. I'm supposed to stop talking about him? Where's that going to get me? People don't want to hear you talk about anything that bothers them. Is that really? That's not BK. Guarantee it's not BK. My little bro was a fan when it got popular. I watched Lucha Libre on the Spanish channel. I don't even know. What is that? That's the Mexican wrestlers or whatever? That's not the WWE shit and stuff, though, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of that. But people people are into wrestling. You just got to figure out something different, something that appeals to a wider audience. Like, Suge's such an idiot. He gave himself the answer that night when BTF was on his show, and he still hasn't tried it. BTF explained the whole thing to him. The whole thing, the vertical live streams. And he was like, oh, so I could talk about like Jimi Hendrix. Yeah. And he still hasn't done it. Because let's be honest, Shug, you're not on here to grow a channel with good content. You're not on here to talk about anything that appeals to a wide audience. You're on here because, somehow you've made yourself a mid-sized fish in a very small pond. You know what I mean? So, you're not only a community like this will you ever get any kind of attention. You don't. If you wanted to try something different, you would have already done it. I literally gave you the blueprint. It doesn't get easier. You simply go live in portrait mode and hashtag stuff. And you might get 100,000 fucking views. You might be getting more than I'm getting. You might actually make some money too. But these guys have no desire to actually do anything different. They don't. They don't. Anyway, guys, I would ask if anybody wants to donate, but I think it's been made clear that you don't. And if you do, you could do it when the show ends too. I'll shout you out next time. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. I'm out. Have a good night. Peace.